Hey there, sleep debt bears. It's time for you to sleep. I'm gonna fix your sleep. So I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and holiday season. And first things first, Happy New Year. Yeah, it's 2026, and that means another year filled with new tingles and adventurous dreams. So, let's start this year with another dream adventure. You're gonna go into sleep and you will experience a dream that I had. It involves a bit of flying, so you're gonna enjoy this along with cardboard rubbing and tapping noises. So let's get on to it. Hop in your beds and let's get your sleep credit card paid off. So I'm taking you into your dream, my dream in this case. Okay, now you are in the dream world. Beautiful, it's a beautiful day. And you find yourself right outside a building. So you happen to be near a building. Apparently this building seems to look like an apartment. It has pristine brick walls, as if it was built today. Beautiful red brick walls. And it looks like an ordinary building. And it looks typical. But we'll get to that later. That will become important. And it seems that the place you are in, it's somewhere at a backyard or more like a parking lot, because it is an open asphalt space. And you're standing up and you happen to meet this man. This man is pretty tall, good looking. That's not very important because what happens after is a bit more important than what the guy looks like. So, he strikes up on conversation with you. It's very simple conversation, very casual, like how is your day going? You don't know what else happened or how the conversation went, but you do remember that the next thing that happens, you start to feel a sudden wind, and you feel like the wind starts to pick up. It's suddenly windy. Windy. And I mean the wind starts to be really, really, really strong. It's like gusting at this point. It's like so windy that if you would take out an umbrella and open it, it would pop backward. And the guy then just says, "You are about to fly," or something like that. And the next thing happens as soon as you take your next breath. You start to somehow levitate. You start to feel lighter for some odd reason. And then as soon as you exhale, you start to float. Float, 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 float. And the guy says, well, be careful. Don't hit yourself, you're gonna fall. And then you start to float more and more, and the wind keeps going. And as he gets surprised, the guy below you gets surprised, and you start to float more and more. And now you are roughly 10 meters above the ground. And then the wind pushes you upwards. The more you inhale and exhale, like you're breathing as you're floating. Your breathing and the wind are both propelling you upward. And the moment you start to fall a little bit, or glide, better off say glide, the wind picks you up and tries to propel you up again. And maybe you think to yourself, maybe the wind can take you to the roof of the building and you could land there. And still the guy below you says, be careful, please be careful, don't hurt yourself again. And now for some reason, you start to become confident that you're going to fly and land on top of that building. Now the fact that the wind is pushing you upwards, you can now reach the roof. And you feel fine. You feel like the wind has got you up there. As you float above the building, you take another breath. And now suddenly, just like that, you are right above the roof and you'll land. And just like that, poof, you stop breathing. And you can take your final exhale, your final breath, and boom, you're on the roof. And you feel fine for some reason. You didn't hurt yourself. It was not a bad fall. It's just like a glide on the roof. You feel like the wind has got you up here. You could take the beautiful view of the world around you, the blue sky filled with cotton clouds, and of course the parking lot below you with a man that still looks at you. So you are somehow inside a neighborhood, typical urban-like neighborhood, not like downtown, but more somewhere in the city. And then you take a breath to relax as you are on the roof of the building. So while you're imagining yourself on the roof, I'm gonna give you a 2-minute ASMR break with just me tapping on this box. So here we go. She looks beautiful. Look at that woman. This is synthwave. Holding a retro car in front of the sun. So, the 2-minute trigger break is over. So I hope you enjoying your dream, and I hope you do enjoy your view on top of that building. But now, you have to go down at some point. It's time to go down. As you walk to the edge of that building, you look down. The ground is far below you. The problem is that the building is way too tall, like 30 meters in height, or something like that. You thought that the building was just an ordinary apartment-like building that's rectangular shape, simple, nothing too fancy, just some typical building built with red brick walls. But then you realize that the building doesn't look like a normal building after you only saw part of the building. And you realize that there are many other parts of the building that look super strange. Like some areas, some parts of the building are built in an unusual way. Like it feels it does not going to stand like this, as if the building is engineered to be built like that in a weird individual way that feels like it's going to break anytime soon. Yeah, you do look down for a second time. You see that it feels like it is a big drop. And now your luck has run dry. The wind has dried off. It died off and there's no wind anymore. Now that the wind has died off, you cannot help but try to climb back down. So you start to do it for some reason. At some point, you spot another roof that's below the main roof, and you reach for the edge, and you move your body to hanging position, and you put your hands along the edge, and you hang along the side. And now you move your body sideways to your left, to your left, to your left. At some point, you try to hang aside to lower yourself down to the other roof, and as the other roof is above your feet, you try to let go. You succeeded. So you continue to hang down and try to descend into other roofs that are below the roof, and roof by roof, you are trying to climb down the side. There is another roof that's right below the one you're standing. Again, you hang down and try to climb down, and you make progress as you land on the next roof. You don't remember the progress in between because you assume that everything in between is a success. Nothing has really changed. At some point, as you are trying to lower yourself down to the edge again, you happen to accidentally trip and hang on the side of a part of the building. You'd want to catch your fall and let go, but now it feels like the drop is way too far. It's like as if there's a 15-meter drop and you are barely halfway. And now you think to yourself, don't look down, don't look down, don't look down. You don't even bother looking down because you know that there is another, you still got a long way to go. And so, you know that there is no roof below your feet because you do not mean to hang like that. To hang yourself on the side of the building like that. And now you are in survival mode. And so you try to clear out this area and move sideways to clear your mind. The point is, you start to become terrified knowing that below your feet are 15 or so meters between you and the ground. "15 meters, that's a lot of a drop. And you're so terrified. At some point, you ask for help. Somebody help me, you said. You then say that. And somehow, the guy comes again, saying, do you want me to get a ladder? And I said, you said yes. Yeah, you said yes. Please, get someone to help me. I'm in trouble. I don't want to fall. And then he says, okay, I'll get someone to get a ladder. I'll get you safe. And then now he's gone, and you gotta wait for help to arrive. So before we continue on, here is another 2-minute ASMR break of just tingles. Okay, so for 2 whole minutes, you have been trying to cling on the side, the edge of the building, like that. And you cling on the side of the roof, and then finally, someone comes in and brings a ladder. It's another person. Here you go. Take this. That's what he just says. And now you happen to grab onto the ladder. And you make your descent. And then there is just some weird thing. Something feels weird. Because the ladder feels short. You don't know why. But it only took you 5 seconds to get from hanging off the side of the building and down the ladder. The whole thing of climbing down only took like 20 seconds. The ladder just takes a few steps, and then you're on the ground for some reason. Only 20 to 25 seconds from you hanging along the edge of the building all the way to the ground. It happened so fast. And then as you look at the wall that you were stuck in at survival mode from the ground, you're looking at the wall from the ground and you realize that the drop below you was only a measly 2 meters. Like it was not a big deal. Like the ground is right below you. You wonder why you were thinking it was a 15-meter drop. You just came out as like a feeling of being surprised. Like, was it really a big deal? I was scared for nothing, you think to yourself. And then you said, oh well, it was not a big drop. I suffered for nothing. And then the guy that helped you and gave you the ladder, he chuckled, or something like that. And then he does, for some reason, he just said thank you to him, like automatic. And he just said thank you for helping me out. And then after that, people just come in like a crowd, a group of people, and starts laughing and chuckling like that. As if it turns into like a prank or something, but no. They're not laughing at you. So they're laughing so hard. And you were thinking that you're not being laughed on, but they were not laughing at you. Instead, they were just laughing at the little situation that you happen to be in. Hanging on the edge of this building, or this wall, or there's just a meter or two below your feet, like the ground is right there. Like it's like the height of a monkey bar in a typical playground. You were sweating so much, and you thought that you just dropped. Had you just dropped and let go, you would have touched the ground in half a second. You would have found like 10 meters down, but it was just 2 meters. And everybody was laughing so hard over this little situation. And then you happen to go home with a laugh, and eventually your dream ends. And you wake up. So I hope this dream gave you the tingles. By now you should be falling asleep. And so, if you did get your ASMR tingles, it will help me by pressing the like button gently. It'll be greatly appreciated. We are almost at 1,400 subscribers. I am so excited to share you more amazing dream experiences with ASMR triggers. And I would appreciate if you would consider subscribing, because it will help me grow and it'll help you grow. Grow your ability to sleep and enhance your sleep credit card paying off skills. So by now, like I said, you should be falling asleep. And so hopefully this makes you sleep, pays off your sleep debt, and set your balance of that sleep credit card to 0. And once again, Happy New Year. It's 2026. And the holiday season is almost over. And we're gonna return to reality eventually. So I'm gonna go now. And I gotta sleep, so stay tuned. I'll see you again